going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, I got my Elliot Scott book of romance right here, book of love. We're going to talk about, what are we talking about here? 5 things guys do. This is an important one, right? 5 things guys do to get you obsessed with his ass. Not for you to get us, or not for you to win him over, but this is what guys do to take advantage of women, to get your ass obsessed with him. Pretty fucked up if you've asked me, but we're gonna go through the things, okay? Number 1, he takes advantage that you have a scarcity of men, and that you don't have options or that maybe he's the top option. Look, I know a lot of girls who will keep going back to a man over and over and over again, no matter how bad he treats you. And I don't mean in terms like he hits you or you guys are in a relationship and he was just a piece of shit. I mean if you were just talking and he leads you on, he pulls away, he comes back, he's an orbiter, you have that hope factor, you hold on to it, and he, hey, right there, he knows he has you under his thumb, and he just takes advantage of it. And I'm telling you, it makes you go effing crazy because it builds that hope factor. You know, we're always very surprised, or we're allured by the unknown, and you don't know how he feels. And if you don't know how he feels, then you're going to be obsessed with him. You're going to be pulled in, and he's just going to keep this vicious circle going. Okay, so if that's the case, don't let, I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with letting him know you're a top option, but or that he's a top option in your eyes. But I always say women need to come off as, I want you, but I don't need you. That's how you should come off in his eyes, okay? All day, every day. Number 2, it gives you hope, like I just said, by orbiting. A guy's always going to come back, pull away, not always, but he's going to come back, pull away, come back, pull away. And he can do that because he knows you're under his thumb. And the more he does it, it's like classical conditioning. He can, and again, guys know they will come back. He'll sweet talk you. He knows, oh, I just gotta put up with her, I just gotta explain myself and say what I have to say and this and that, and then she'll eventually just let her guard down over time because she likes me, she digs me. And then he's gonna come back in, and then you're gonna get more attached. I'm telling you, happens all the time. Do not fall for orbiters, okay? If you don't know what that is, watch my videos. Or if you just came along, watch more of my videos. It's basically a guy who pulls away for insurance purposes. Like, he pulls away, looks for other women, and then comes back when he fails miserably out there, or he gets what he wants out there, and he wants back to, you know, you're like an insurance policy. No matter how bad he does out here, he can always come back to you. You don't want to be second, okay? You don't want to be on the back burner. That's basically what it is. Number 3, he tells you what you want to hear. Obviously, pretty self-explanatory. Women hold on and cling on to a guy's words because she's justifying his words because she likes him. She thinks, oh, you know, Johnny Harold, you know, we talked about Harold in a couple of videos ago. Harold really likes me because Harold says I'm a sweet girl, that I'm the best thing he can ever have, that I'm pretty, that there's no girl like me. And again, you feed yourself that shit. And if he says all that and then he starts to pull away, you become obsessed because there's tension there. There's a little battle. There's an obstacle. There's one part of you saying, Harold said this, Harold said that, but why is Harold doing this? And then you go crazy and you try to figure out why that is. Don't fall for it. Number 5. He puts forward just enough effort. Just enough. Again, we talk about this. He might do it through what I call, well, I don't call it minimal effort, but I was going to say something else, but I'm not going to go down that route. It's just minimal effort. He usually does it in 2 ways. 1, tells you what you want to hear because it's much easier telling a woman what she wants to hear because, again, she justifies it because she likes him. It's much easier to do that than to put forth taking you out and doing this and doing that and just courting you and spending all this money on you and buying you this and buying you that and meeting your family and meeting your friends and over a long period of time. It's much easier for him just to talk his ass off and you fall for it, okay? If that's not working, then he's going to put forth minimal effort. Maybe take you out on 1 or 2 dates. You put out, end of story, okay? Now, I'm not saying if you put out early, that's a bad thing, because it's not. You know, it's all based on value, and the guy already had what he wanted in mind. I'll say the first day he saw you, but yeah, guys will try some minimal effort shit. It's just enough to get you obsessed, and then he pulls away, and again, that just unwinds everything. And then you start going crazy. You're in your own head again, so on and so forth. And finally, he pulls away to make you chase. When you invest something so much, or when you invest in something so much, and then let's say you don't get the outcome, you start to freak out. I know a lot of guys who would do this. For example, they would take a girl out, and let's say he'd buy her a nice dinner. Okay, great. Let's say that wasn't enough. She didn't put out that night. Then the next time he might take her out again and buy her this nice dinner, and take her to spend more money on her, take her to this and put more money down. And then let's say 3 weeks later, he might buy her a present, or he might buy her a flower. He's putting all this money in her, thinking the more I get invested, or the more I invest, the more she's going to like me. And he doesn't. We get obsessed with losing that investment. It's just like when you're gambling and you're down. You just have to keep pulling that lever, because you're like, all I need to do is win. I can't cut my losses. This is the same thing. Guys and girls will keep on investing and investing and investing in order to get what they want, because they're afraid, I invested too much, I can't lose it now. It's all or nothing. Okay, so when this happens, and then a guy pulls away, he knows you're gonna chase. He knows you're gonna chase because you invested too much. And again, when I say investment, he might have invested a lot too, but when it comes to the emotions, they say who loves less wins, and I feel like if he's pulling away and doing that shit, he loved less. So he's not really investing a lot. Money's infinite. You know, money will always come and go, so he's not worried about that. But you, however, you feel like you know, time is not infinite. Time is not. So you wasted a lot of time and energy on them, and feelings and emotions and stuff like that, and you're gonna go insane. You're gonna go insane in the membrane, okay? So with that being said, those are 5 things that guys do to keep women obsessed, to keep your ass attached. Cut that cord, cut your losses, know when you have to just, hey, stop gambling, okay? Stop pulling down that lever thinking you're going to hit the jackpot. You're not, okay? That being said, love you. Take care. Peace.